Wesley let it slip. But this opening, it does reek to me of Magnus trying to do a lot and trying to desperately create winning chances. The reason here is because simply White has a pawn center. White has a beautiful center. I don't really know what Magnus has been doing with his pawn moves as he brings his knight across. Yes, he's now trying to prepare a break in the center, but it does feel like he's being provocative. And Magnus, true to his heart, I don't think he's a provocative player. I think he wants to be a very correct classical chess player.
Yeah, this move most recently given a question mark, kind of offering a trade of the bishops here on the dark squares. Could capture back with either the pawn or the knight, develop the knight or unlock the rook that's in the corner of the board. But Magnus is now going to finally strike back in the center, right? So recognizing at some point he needs to fight for control, and this will be that moment.
But there's a big question now, and that's going to tell us about Nodirbek's mindset as well right now. You know, he does have the option, whenever your opponent's knight is on the square where Magnus is, you have to start thinking the Alpha Zero-esque way. You've got to start thinking of those flank pawns moving up the board. But it's also sort of playing with fire. It's such a committal move, getting that H-pawn to steamroll up the board. Nodirbek instead decides to play it slightly more safe. He does develop his piece and kind of sets up a, well, I'm not going to call it a devastating check, but an uncomfortable check on A4, because there is no happy piece that can block it. It might make Magnus take certain decisions with the king that you're not happy with, lose the right to castle as well. We might see that being played out. The bishop check landing, forcing Magnus to slide up with the king to that F8 square.
And at least we don't have to worry about long castling later in the game. Magnus's king is committed to this square. Yes, it costs the white bishop a bit of time. The white bishop is probably going to retreat. It's not doing much on this diagonal anymore. But small victory for Nodirbek. Magnus, I think he's just trying to play quicker. The clock situation maybe cost him in the end. When it ticked down against Wesley, he got nervous. He's still over 10 minutes, Magnus, despite having made some big decisions already.
We've seen the clock come into play in a number of our games. Use every advantage available to you.
Hans Niemann's recipe for success so far.
But the thing is, right, you can either play fast or good usually for most chess players, and Hans looks like he's up for both of these tasks. He's managed to keep the accuracy as well as the speed on the clock. And right now, Nodirbek, he slides the queen up, so perhaps eyeing the king to safety onto that left side of the board, at least keeps it flexible with his options. He might move the knight up, or the h4 idea that we were earlier highlighting. I'm not liking Magnus's position in this one. And David, if he goes down 3 in a row, I mean, how do you even bounce back from that with just one game remaining?
Disaster for Magnus. If he loses this, he'll be on the brink. It's that simple.
Absolutely. And also, I would contest that us mere mortals, we can't play fast or smart. So, I'd take either of those, to be honest. I did hear, or have been checking in with chat a little bit, and I see some people asking and wondering about these headphones that we see a number of the pros wearing, as perhaps David's jumping into a puzzle about. No, I kid. A small technical malfunction, my friends. We'll get that sorted as quickly as possible so that you have a pristine image of the games. But while we fix that, I'll just remind you at home,
the rook protects the queen, and finally we end up in a drawish rook endgame. What a crazy...
You can show it, Peter.
Well, I don't know, because okay, you know, there is
You're
the
scared, but
playing
it's so
call, and it's
complicated.
this is the decisive game, and so on. I just don't want, you know, that something happens. But the players
it's
are
so
wearing the
beautiful, yeah?
headphone. Yes. Okay.
We see when we have a move.
Okay. Good. So
It's
this
just
is
so
the line.
spectacular.
This is the line. The king
It's just
has to run away, and
so spectacular.
luckily the king runs away.
Levon
Oops.
has beaten Pragnananda, by the way.
Yes, and this
Huge
would
win
be
for Levon.
the drawish position. Yeah, okay, this is crazy. So let's get back to the live position. Queen d6 on the board. There is no way
Wow.
Nodirbek will not play e5
Well,
on the board.
yeah.
Yes.
On the board. The heat is on.
And Magnus has to take the knight. He has to. He
Actually,
has
after taking the knight, rook g8 is a draw.
to. Yes, it's a direct
Maybe
draw.
that's the simplest.
If white wants, but white is not risking anything in that
Exactly.
rook endgame anyway.
Of course, queen
Black has to
f3.
be is the one. Still.
And what? Yeah, no, he takes on d4, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, there was no other move.
Alright, now Nodirbek can make a draw immediately if rook takes g8, or he can try queen f3 or queen f1. Same
He
thing.
will
No,
play
goes
queen f3, of course, yeah.
King e7 only move.
e6 check.
Beautiful line.
6. And the line that you just showed, Peter, is being played out.
Yeah, it was too beautiful. Of course, yeah, nobody could resist.
But what a game.
Incredible
What a game.
Of course.
It's a 10 plus 10 game. And we are witnessing some amazing tactics.
Well, we have seen already Magnus was not going into the team discussion. He was sitting alone.
Yes.
He meant business, yeah. He just wants to be super focused. And rook e4, rook g6, king d6.
G5.
Okay.
Okay, this is
Does not
direct
scare me
draw,
at
yeah?
all.
Okay. Well, the draw is not the result that Magnus wanted.
But he
Not
still
at all.
plays with Bibisa in the last
He
round.
does, but the question is if he still has it in his own hands, because
Yes.
Levon won, so he's definitely ahead
And
of
West
Magnus.
is up. He's much better against Sindaro, apparently.